Go ahead.
Hey y'all, we're back for part 2 of our segment. We're just gonna continue the conversation about our babies. Our children are our future, and it is very upsetting and disturbing to see the things that are going on in the economy and society today with our kids, especially with these parents that are not being parents. I don't know if you all know, but the first teacher is the parent. It is not the teacher's job to teach your child manners and respect that comes from home. Please start instilling in your kids. Please start investing into your future. Your children are your future. With that being said, ladies, let's continue on with our conversation.
And I want to just say this as well. This is not to be judgmental.
Oh no.
This is to let you see that we have different perspectives and we see things from different views and different angles. And the first thing people like to holler, because I'm gonna go ahead and speak for myself, is that you don't have no kids, so you can't da 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 and whoop de doo and shoot a doo doo. Let me tell you this: not having kids and working with kids is different because you get to see them when you're on a parenting level, but the way that my environment is and my vibe is when I work with other people's children, I open up the door for them to talk about their feelings and emotions. I tutor, and one of the first things I do when they sit down, they be like, "Oh, Miss Tamara, Miss Tam," whatever they want to call me. I got homework, da da da. And I'm like, "Okay, pull it out." And when they pull it out, before they didn't pull out their pencils and paper and everything, but then as they continue to come to me, they set it to the side, and they already know that we're about to have an RN conversation. And the first thing I asked them is, how was their day? And what kind of emotions did they feel that day? Happy, sad, or whatever the case may be. And then I asked them about something positive that happened to them and something positive that they did for someone else. And when I first started with some of my students, they have nothing positive that they did for anyone else. But as time progresses, and I would say in a 30-day span, they always find something nice to do for somebody, whether it's picking up their pencil if they drop it, or picking up a piece of paper, or straightening up the papers on their teacher's desk or something. It just kind of gives them motivation. But it's different to hear how the students talk, especially when it comes to some of the educators as well, because some of you are in a profession that you're in for a check, not my friends. However, and you yell at
the for a check.
You gonna get a check.
Yeah, you want for the check.
But it's some of the things
It's
like you can't
love it.
right, and some of the things you can't believe. You can't believe everything that a child says. But when you're constantly having to yell at a group of children, you don't have classroom management. You need to go back and reevaluate what you're doing. So I just want to say that I know that it may be hard, and I know that it may be rough, and I know that things are not going to always go the way that we plan. But stop putting all this pressure on these kids where they have to try to conform to be the person that you want them to be instead of being the person that they would like to become. That's what I got.
True. I mean, totally agree with that. And you're a tutor present day, but you taught preschool, you taught elementary age, you done taught elementary age, you done taught preschool level, and you tutoring now part time or whatever. But you taught several levels, age groups rather. I'm in the elementary age group now, but I just want parents just to parent. That's it. Or just, I don't know. I just see so much trauma that these kids go through and struggling with now. And I know they see more than we saw when we were young, because we didn't have social media, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have all that growing up on. So they get to see more than what we saw. So I think parents should be a whole lot more diligent with, just be on top of what their parents, what their kids are watching and doing, because it's too much out there. They're exposed to entirely too much, and it just makes no sense for those kids to come in and know the things that they know that I wouldn't have never thought about at 8 and 9. and these kids know
They know
things
more
that
than me. I'd be like, what is that?
Right.
yeah,
I mean,
right.
what you said?
they know entirely too much for their age. And then, so besides that, then they're dealing with all the personal issues at home and what issues that the parents got going on and with the siblings and the daddies and the mamas and they just dealing with so much. They either home unhoused, you know, going from home to home or living in hotels or it's just so much that I don't know. I just feel so bad for these kids that by the time they get to school, it's like they mind not even on
school
work.
You got to deal with the
underlying
issues
stuff before you
teach
even.
them.
Thank you.
You
can't even get to the studies because this poor kid going through so much at home,
right?
That you, I don't. It's bad, and it's like if you don't think you can give these kids the life that they deserve, you really need to stop having them, man. Because golly, these kids going through. They need to be kids.
Yeah,
they need to be
definitely
kids.
You're only a kid for what, 17 years?
Yeah,
and the rest of it is adulthood. 18 on up.
And that was the point of why, like I was talking about before, that basketball game was so big and 6,000 kids. Because it is great to plan something for these kids where they could just be kids. It don't have to be so big and educational where they got to go somewhere and do this and do that and learn this and learn. They can just enjoy themselves. Just yell and scream. Like they
probably never go to
yelling just to yell.
Right. That's what I was.
They're exposed to something that they probably was never exposed
and never
to.
see again.
And never probably see again. And they just get to jump up and yell and scream and have fun
and be a
child. I don't know what's going on or whatever, but just enjoy themselves. And that's what their life should be every day.
Yeah.
Their life should be
every day.
Absolutely every single
that's what I was going to say. I get the ones birth to 3, and I provide all the evals for kids that may or may not have deficiencies and delays. And let me tell you, if I knew now what I knew 23 years ago when I had my first child, I definitely would have done more homework. I didn't even realize that STDs cause so many deficiencies in infants. These babies come out with
STIs,
with these diseases that affect these kids' development, and it's crazy. Like just this past week, we were packing up our office because we're relocating, and I packed up, I want to say 20 closed files in 2024. That is a lot of deficiencies and delays. And that ain't just from Leon County, that's surrounding counties because we cover quite a bit. But just to look at that data, that's like, you need to do the homework on everybody you lay down with. Especially if you're not protecting yourself. Before you decide, listen, I understand now. If I really should listen to my parents. Make sure you should have... Make sure that you do your homework because some DNAs don't need to mix.
Don't.
And because most of the DNA that shows up is always who? The dad. The dad is 99.9.
That's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from.
Yes.
Ladies, do your homework.
Please.
These YNs and these young men they're dealing with you, her, him, them. You better run away like Forrest.
Shims.
Because if a seed is created, that referral is going to come through my office and I'm going to have to come evaluate your child. Your child might need physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, all of it.
All of it.
And we ain't even talking about the other stuff, what Erica was just discussing. They come in with all these issues already in the womb. Then you got to come into an environment where you can't even get the help. Mama ain't feeding you. Daddy not there. Mama not there. Children don't have no clothes. You're home. It's just so much that you can't even teach the child until you get the underlying issues. So yes, it's heartbreaking.
And if you guys are not sure what that looks like or what she's talking about like Krishan Rock's baby, because that's one too. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to give you a.
Who is Krishan Rock?
You know, Blueface them and all that kind of stuff.
Is that a rapper?
Oh,
okay.
Child, she don't know, but I'm just saying I just seen it online. But
okay.
You want an example? That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be
them street drugs and all that stuff. That stuff.
all that.
You when they say you're not supposed to smoke and drink, don't smoke and drink. I don't care if it's a marijuana. I don't care if it's a cigarette. Put it down. You understand?
Because
Put this down.
That's
a whole life. So all that you put in your body is going to that life.
Yes.
And then they come out with 1 toe, 3 toes, extra toes. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff.
You're talking about students, but I went to my mailbox yesterday and got the best letter. I guess the kid had an assignment. I mean, they had to write. I don't know. I bought it home. I should have had it out so I could read it. It was so. Oh, it made me cry for one of my class students. He's in 5th grade now. He's the class president now with school or whatever. But he wrote a letter on his favorite teacher and why, and he had all these little reasons. I know the teacher must be putting it in my box. I don't even know who's teacher. I know who's teachers. Put it in my box, my mailbox, and so Friday I pulled it out, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Now
that's what
that's what I live for.
I would have read it out loud because that just oh my god.
That used to make me feel good. Seeing a kid and I see that and they acknowledge that I helped and that they'll like me as a teacher.
Yeah, Tracy, go get it. It's in my backpack.
Yeah, you're right. It is. But it's hard to get them nowadays. You ain't gonna find
Ivy made me feel so.
No, I'm saying it's still some good teachers out there that are in it because they care, they have a passion, they love the kids.
Oh no, absolutely.
But it is really hard now because these kids are so different.
It's a blue paper.
They're so different.
And you just gotta move with the cultures. You gotta move with the times. Just like at any job that you have, as your job evolves,
look in a second.
You have to evolve with your job, and that's what teachers have to do. And you can't just be stuck in your ways like a little boom boom.
Or not one to do your job. How about that?
There you go.
If you've been doing it too long, it's time to move on.
Sure. Take me to the
read my paper. It said, "Dear Miss Tucker, you are a great teacher, and let me tell you why. First, you are funny and you make learning very fun. Second, you are very, very nice. You are the nicest teacher I ever had, and you should be proud of that. Third, you are helpful. You would help anyone if you had a chance. Fourth, you are creative. When I was in your class, you are creative when I was in your class. Your class looks even cooler every year, and the projects we did. The projects was super cool, and I like that. Fifth, you are the reason why I want to come to school every day.
Oh my God.
And you will always be my favorite teacher and keep being the best teacher ever."
That is great. You need to put that in the frame.
Oh my gosh.
That's the sweetest
thing. Now that right there, that lets you know.
And that's beautiful for a kid that you want to come to school.
That you was not
I never say you are the reason why he wants to come to school
every day. When I see him, he does give me a hug. I mean, a lot of kids give me hugs, but I mean.
That's
why
people are in the field.
The chosen.
Yeah, because that's what the reason why people are in the field. Because of that.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
So awesome. That really brought tears to my eyes.
But it's sad.
That is so awesome.
It's beautiful, but it's sad because, kids want to come to school. And and we was talking about that at work, that it's sad that some kids rather be at school than to be at home.
Yeah.
And I went preschoolers. And they were, we had to almost throw them out, make them go with their parents. To make them go with their parents.
But sometimes it's a safe space for them.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's probably the only place sometimes where they get a meal.
Routine. It's routine.
They have
routine.
And they don't have to take care of another child.
Yeah.
Yep.
But a lot of them take care of a lot of their siblings.
But I'm just saying, it's sad that it has to be the school that your child is receiving all this love from.
That's why I said dynamic.
Not saying that it's not we're not taking it as the point that we love it as teachers. But it's sad for a child to feel that way, because when I was coming to school, I love my teachers and I had a great teacher that I loved.
Oh yeah.
But when my mom and my dad, I was ready to go home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You was happy to see your parent.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, you seeing the kids already are super excited to see you on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend is hard. And I mean,
Yes,
I work
I
with
know
preschoolers. And I see some of them, my kid will come in some days on Monday with a horrible diaper rash. I done cleared that diaper rash up by Friday.
Oh, Jesus.
And then it starts all over again on Monday.
Because you're a little nasty.
So how in the world, I'm just saying the difference is, how can you have, I can clear it up every Monday through Thursday.
And
Friday, it's completely gone. But then we start all over again on Monday.
That says a lot.
I think
That says a lot.
I experienced that when I lived in Jacksonville and I worked on Orange Park, and I almost lost my job. I didn't care. Unemployment, come get me. However, I printed out bathing instructions. And I printed I'm sure you did. But I gave it to the parent and she felt like I was trying to tell her how to raise her child. But if I can't tell you how to raise my child because I've never raised one, but I can tell you how to wash their behind, because it makes no sense that I have to bring a little tub to work every Monday because I know that I'm going to wash your child. And when she gets out of that tub, the water looks like mud water. Because you ain't bathed her since Friday, and you don't let her run outside with no shoes on. You take off her socks, and her feet look as black as the trimming of the case. Like, we're not doing that. But I almost lost my job about something like that. But
so sad.
That's just nasty. Like, why won't you change? So if you ain't changing your child diaper, that means you ain't changing them panties. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. That's seat black.
But it's our job.
And
the taxpayer's job to take care of your children.
But it is, right.
So the parents don't do nothing. The taxpayer is supposed to raise your children, feed your children, house your children, clothe your children, supposed to do everything.
Yeah.
But y'all can keep having.
We just got to do. We have to do better. Because like they say, their children are our future. They really are.
They
and
really
this
are.
world is just doing.
And I love my
We
job.
got to
I
count
love
on
it.
these kids. That's
We have to
Right.
count on these
Right.
kids. Baby, I don't need you to keep trying to
Right.
find my vein because you didn't get the right vein with. Baby, when you give me my shot when I get older, I need you to find that vein right quick. I don't need all these holes on my arm because you didn't get the proper training. But
Or better yet, you don't want them to treat us like their parents treated them growing
That's
up.
the thing.
Because they don't know how to properly do things.
They
They don't know how to do nothing.
No.
and it's
If it ain't on social
We
media or
gonna be-
internet, they don't know how to do it.
I don't-
treat it.
I
We
don't
gonna be
think that we're gonna be
A
mistreated.
hot mess.
No, we won't. Maybe our generation won't. But anyone a little younger than us
Under us.
will.
Yeah.
Because like my children, our generation
Yeah, they
that
still
under
good.
us, they
Yeah.
they pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever.
It's the
but
ones coming after them.
it's the ones coming after them.
Yes.
That's
I
just
think it really
oh
is.
my
I would
gosh.
say 2001
Ooh,
and below.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, 2002,
Yeah, you
2003,
got
a
right.
little
Yeah.
skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little. Just a little.
But anything that's below the 2000s, ooh, baby.
And don't get me wrong, I love my job. I extremely love my
love
job.
my job.
I love it.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. I enjoy it. I love it. And not all my parents are like that, but like I said, it's been a hard week this week with some parents. And yeah, we're not done. Is what is basically what where it comes down to. We're not done. We've been in this field. I'm a seasoned teacher.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you
and
done
I
worked it all
know.
out.
Yeah,
Over
Yeah,
20 years
I've done it all.
per person.
Yeah, I've done it all. So I know what was right. And please do not stand in front of me with no lie.
Yeah, don't volunteer to lie.
Please don't volunteer.
Oh my
Because
God.
I didn't
If
ask
I
you.
ask you, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
don't volunteer.
But please don't do that. And that's the problem I have, as for right now. Don't volunteer no lie. If I didn't ask you, leave me alone.
Yeah, we've all worked in this
Yeah.
field.
And
And we've all loved what
We
we
love
do.
what we do.
I absolutely love it.
Right.
I could not see myself.
Me,
really
I can't stay
doing
away from them.
doing
Right.
anything else.
I'm trying to
I
tell you.
had my observation this week.
Oh, how did that go?
Not formal this week. I was a little nervous, of course, because I had my
I just told her a few
No.
minutes ago.
No, I was nervous because my AP was observing me, and she's new to
Right.
school.
She's
She has
not-
never
okay.
observed me. So I didn't know. I mean, everybody
Well,
gonna
she
come
was
in
looking
and
for-
different,
Mhm.
right? Or whatever. Like my principal have observed me. My past AP,
Mhm.
observed me. So, but she was someone new that was coming in.
AP is an assistant principal.
So I was just nervous. That was the most part. I was
Yeah.
nervous about. I was like,
And that's okay to be
I'm not
nervous.
sure.
Yeah.
How she is. Some people can have a mindset that
Right.
I'm not giving highly effectives. Ain't nobody perfect. I'm gonna get it. Whatever. You just
Mhm.
never know.
You don't.
Oh, whatever. And then I'm nervous because the group I got.
The class, yes. Baby.
That class I
They are
got.
not the same every year.
So the class I got this year was a little challenging. So I was nervous with them, and then who it was? But she came in. It went well. I thought, after she left out, I was like, okay. But and this year, I didn't say nothing to them. They didn't know she was coming. I just like, you know what? It is what it is. Usually
doing
be
it for
like,
years.
look, such and such coming in here. Y'all better act right. Y'all better. I didn't even. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. this year. I'm just gonna do what I do every day,
Mhm.
and whatever
that's the
happens,
key.
happens.
That's what it is. That's how you do it.
Basically. But I got all highly.
And that's because.
Congratulations, Erica.
So excited.
Favorite teacher.
So excited. I was
We
nervous.
got a lot in our glass, but that deserves a toast. That
I
definitely
was
deserves a toast. Good
nervous.
job,
I was
Erica.
like, you did a great job. Let me drink some.
But the thing is, when you do what you do, and you've been doing
Every
it for
day,
so
what
many
you
years,
It don't
it
matter who
doesn't
watches.
matter who comes in. And that's how I have put it.
When you
That's
do
all
your
I like.
job.
Yeah.
That's true. It just makes
Yeah.
it's kind of
It just-
nerve wracking when you know somebody's standing.
Yeah,
up
yeah.
behind you.
Right.
Yeah. But you also got to remember that you've been in this field.
20 plus years.
Yeah, it's not your. And I understand that you do get nervous.
Right.
But as for now, it ain't. And baby, when I'm telling you, your class was
That's
show
the third
the-
now. So
was
my
show out.
daughter in the 30s. I started
See?
when she was 2.
when she was a baby. Yeah,
She-
she was 2
Damn.
years old.
She's 30.
She 30, what, 32?
3.
33.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Amanda's.
Amanda.
So
yeah.
again, we all
You've been
have
doing this
20
for years.
plus years of
I thought
Yeah,
she
I
had
didn't
20
know.
education.
No, she's
I never knew
She's
that.
a 30-year-old.
And I started when she was 2.
So if her third,
Wow.
her daughter 32,
That's when I got into
how
the
y'all think
child
she
care. That's when I
is?
started at First Friend.
Mm-hmm. That's when we
Yeah.
started at. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah,
She
so
is.
yeah.
Oh my
When
Wow.
you do that,
She
when
was
you
too.
do what you do, you have no.
You don't worry about who watch.
Right.
And it's so funny. I just watched. Do y'all watch 911?
Yeah.
Did you see the episode?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't
I
watched
haven't
it.
seen it.
So,
Wow.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna get. So
I haven't seen
in
this
one of the
season.
episodes, they're being what you said you was
Evaluated.
Mhm.
And so the lady that
Observed.
came in, of course, she's like from the corporate,
Mhm.
and she's hardcore on this 911 operator, and to the point where the girl was so nervous she was panicking. But it was one situation where a call kept coming in, and she kept saying, "Hang up, that's too long. Hang up, that's too long."
Oh, wow.
Come to find out, the person was choking.
Mm.
And this operator said, if you can hear me and you can't talk, press numbers or press the dials, press buttons. By the third time, after she made them hang up 2-3 times, observe her, they realized that was going on. That lady went in her office and she went in the back office, wherever she came from, and was crying because she realized what was going on.
Right.
And she felt bad because she kept telling this operator, you're spending too much time on this call, hang up, hang up. It's a butt dial. It wasn't a butt dial. The lady was choking and she could not talk. But long story, to sum it up, the girl went in there and she said, if you want me to do this way, I'm putting in my resignation. Because these are people.
Exactly.
I have a passion for what I do. I love what I do. I can work on my time.
Mhm.
But if you take away or critique everything that I do and not let me be a human person, this is not the job for me.
And that's what it is.
Come to find out, when the lady went in there and started, the observer went back there and started crying, she's that same woman. The woman was on traveling. She was in a hotel by herself. She ate something and it lodged in her throat. And she was by herself. Wow. So this operator was trying to tell her, she fell to the floor. She was like, get up. And she was trying to tell her to bend over the sofa and do the Heimlich on herself to get it out, to get the whatever it was lodged in her throat. And the lady was like, that's me. I do that all. That's my life. Like, I don't have a family. I travel a lot. Da, 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 da. And she was like, that hit home to me because That's me. That could have happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, and so when the girl went there, and she had already told her previous to that, she said, if you interrupt another one of my calls, I'm putting in my resignation. She came in and she said,
Was it Maggie?
Nope.
The whole time
I just want to know.
No, it wasn't. It's the 911. I think it's Tennessee or something like that. It's not a
It's a black girl.
No, she's white.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha,
she went in,
gotcha.
she gave a resignation. She said, you can't put that resignation in. She said, why? She said, because I need you. We need you here. I see what you're doing. I understand.
Okay.
Work on your time. But I understand, I respect your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You getting the job done. You got high ratings. Everybody loves you.
Yeah.
And now I see why. Because you treat people like they're people.
Exactly.
You have a passion for what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So don't ever lose your integrity. Don't ever stop doing what
Right.
you're doing. Like, you can make, it might be a simple job and these are your tasks. But it doesn't mean that you don't put your own into it. That's why you hired me, right?
That's why you hired me.
What can I bring to the table? What's my
that's
asset?
what you asked
You know,
me.
and I had to say that when I went to the meeting, like the post, she was just saying she said I did a great job. She was just saying the only thing that she would have done different was use, like I was teaching subtraction, regrouping with subtraction, you know, you're borrowing, but you can't use the word borrowing from the
Regrouping.
So it was regrouping subtraction. And she said the only thing she would do different is she would use base 10 blocks, like use the base 10 blocks or whatever. But I didn't know. I've used the base 10 blocks with them. And I used them the day before and the day before that.
They wasn't getting it.
They wasn't getting it. And it wasn't working because of you got to realize the group of kids I had.
That's right.
Lower function.
Yep.
They would have been building.
Yeah.
They would have been sitting there building houses and
Robots.
right.
Yeah.
And you would have been
So
sitting
that's
back there, and
what
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying.
teach them, baby, and half the class would have been unbuilt, the whole
right.
tower, and this would have been.
So you had to re-strategize and
Right.
find another
Right. It was
way.
like there's no way I can teach them through, but not a whole group. Now after
No.
my whole group lesson,
Small
when I
group.
pull
Yeah.
my small groups,
Yep.
I can do it with small groups.
Right.
And it really, I didn't even understand why she mentioned that because she did see me do it with my
Right.
small group. Once I got the small group, I did pull out
But
my
they gotta
base
find
10
something.
blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always
They
gotta
gotta
find
find
And
something.
that's what it was because she
They're
did say, she
saying
said,
something.
well, I saw you use the basis time
Yeah.
a small group. And
They
we
have
put
to
the
find
small group
something.
out.
Yeah.
But I was saying, you know, why, you know, you should use it with, they might get a better understanding. You should hope. And I was like, you know, my whole group,
Yeah.
those kids
Yeah,
I have in
yeah.
that class.
Well, listen,
I say I have used the whole
Come
group.
in.
Whatever. And so
We
it's
saw.
just that shy. I
She just
love
had to
them,
find
honey.
Yeah, just need some
It's
help.
it's a challenge,
It's
and
a
you,
test.
a whole class, and you giving them all ones and tens and 100 blocks, and you talking about half of them make more than half, not really
Right.
doing anything you tell them to do with those things, because you just done put something in front of them to play with.
And I think that's one thing that really that's one of the reasons why I got a teacher, because if I can't be me and I can't do what I know is effective and is working, then there's no point for me to be here.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
you gotta meet the kids where they are.
and the thing is,
You're not gonna all be on the
mine
same
acted
level.
it out. They wanted to get up there, and they went to their neighbor door, knock. Did you have a 10 that I can use?
I don't know, that's what's up.
They got up there, they did it, and they acted out.
That's
They knew,
what's
so
up.
they knew each step, so I can do
Yeah.
something to engage them.
Yeah.
But
Right.
giving them those manipulatives, a
It's-
whole
it was-
group.
But the
Group.
manipulatives are
Yeah.
those 10 blocks. Those are basic. We're not
Yeah.
dealing with basic kids anymore. They have to be
They way
engaged,
more
like you
advanced.
said. Go to their neighbor and get a little 10. Baby, you got a dollar? You got a link on you? Like stuff like that.
You have to
It's-
find a way to
You gotta
engage
meet
them.
them where they
Yeah,
are.
but some
Otherwise,
kids can
gotta
do the
meet them where they are.
manipulatives, but for the more advanced kids and the kids that are not even more advanced educational wise, more advanced common sense wise,
Right,
street
yeah.
wise, that relates more to them with what you did than them sitting there playing with a box.
Yeah.
Baby, you gotta
And they only
download
get the blocks and they get me. That's what it means.
Right.
Build. It's
Bill.
Roblox.
Baby, that's all
That's
they
all
gotta
they
do.
do.
That's all they do. They gotta build something. They gotta build something.
You think I'm more interested once they get them blocks in front of them?
No.
Baby, you lost half the place.
No,
I done lost half
You
of
done
it.
lost half the
Yeah.
class.
I mean, she got, oh, so you tried that? Yes, I tried.
Yeah, she just had to find
I
something.
tried.
But you
that
gotta
was
And
get
my
started with you,
first
boo-boo,
try.
because you
Yeah.
find
And
some of dogs.
She
They
see,
gotta
I
find
have a
something.
whole case in front of each section or
Right.
whatever. So when they're doing their independent work, they can use them if they need to use them. But just a whole group, and they're supposed to be paying attention to me. There's no way in the
They're not
world.
college students.
I can do that.
They're not mature enough to do that.
They're emotional and intelligence and.
But see, that comes back to what I just said earlier this week. Like with the whole stuff that's going on in my job, you got these people up here, and they're delegating all the orders down here. But the people down here is doing all the work. So you know what every day looks like. Oh, yeah. You know the challenges.
You're in the class.
You get what I'm saying? You know what you got to do to try to meet those deadlines and help those kids reach those milestones. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing it. You just delegate, oh, do this. Oh, do that. Oh, do this. We done done all that. It ain't working. Yep. So then you, because you're in it, you got to figure out how to get these kids where they need to be, because if not, then it is going to be on you. Up. So you got to re-strategize and meet these kids where they are to get them where they need to be developed. Yeah. Bottom line. And everybody's on their own. It's one of you, it is 15, 20, 30 of them.
Right.
But they all still are required to be on this level by the end of the year. How is that going to work?
Yeah. And you know your class.
Right. You know your students. You know what you work with. Because you've been interpersonal relationships with.
Because the only thing they see is the paperwork.
Right.
They don't see the kid in the classroom.
Right.
And the only time they come here is every now and then.
Yeah.
Right.
Every now and then.
That's why I say this. I have had jobs where I have just had jobs where I have just gone to work because those jobs, the wages, everything was real good, and it was more pay. I took a pay cut to do what I do now. I love to go to work. I love my job. Now, do I love the people that I work with, my colleagues? Yes. Do I love the people that are up higher? No. However, I'm going to my job and it's a business. So however I feel personally about anybody else, I don't take that into my job. Now, however, I'm going to also speak up for myself. And I'm also going to make suggestions. And you're not just going to feed me something and tell me that this is rabbit food when I know it's dog food. Like, you're not going to just feed me anything. So I'm always going to speak up for myself. And that's probably why I lose jobs. But guess what? I don't care. Because I know that me speaking up changed something for at least one person. That's right. And so I'm going to speak up because you are not my provider. My creator is my provider. And, you know they say, never mind, because Erica gonna pinch me. But if you got certain things on your body, you should never be broke. So my thing is speak up and start advocating for these children. When is the last time that you guys walked by a young group of kids or of children and you actually gave them a compliment, or they were at the counter and you actually said, you know what, baby, don't worry about that. Let me get that for you. Those are the things that I do. When I see a group of young ladies walking through, I'll be like, hello, beautiful ladies. Or if I see, because I love me some men now. Let's stay right there. But when I see young men, I'll be like, hello, handsome young men. Holla. Good morning, young kings. I try to motivate them.
Oh, no.
She said, yeah.
And I just try to do things that motivate our children. So you guys think about when you see these young kids, they might look like little YNs, but they may not be what you think they are. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. Compliment these children. Buy these children something. Have conversations with these young kids, because the reason why they are slacking, the reason why some of us are where we are, is because the older people in the neighborhood, the OGs and things of that nature, they have common conversations with us. Common sense conversations. And have a conversation with these young kids. Stop just walking by them, turning your nose up because her short's too short or his pants too tight. Have conversations with these young ladies and these young men. Well, on that note,
they just give these babies some love. They need some
love on these kids.
Absolutely.
Compliment these children. Love on these kids. If you can take one in, or if you can do something for these children, do something for these kids. Try to make their life easier, because somebody made your life easier. Amen. Nobody in this world had a perfect life. Everybody had trauma. Everybody has had trauma.
Yes, ma'am. So
make these kids' life easier. You see them in the store with a food stamp card, buy them children them snacks, or compliment them. Just because
Kitty
her
Baba
shorts are too
snacks.
short, tell them just how cute her top
Kitty
is.
Baba sex with the fruit cards.
Okay. Just let's make the children our priority in
Exactly.
our life.
Part of the village.
Thank you.
And
And thank you so much for joining us for our second.
And disregard the last comment, baby. Don't buy her nothing.
Be part of the village.
Our
We love
children
y'all.
are
Yes,
our
our
future.
future.